Oh, look what we're gonna talk about next. I hate Fairyland. That's
Let's do that.
Cool. Where do you want to start with this? Because
I think we need to start back when I first heard of your obsession with this one creator, mostly artist, Scotty Young. And you loved him. Like different variants.
Whoa. Do not put past tense.
Sorry. Well, I mean, you loved him in a certain way then, but I don't think that love stayed that way then.
All love can grow.
This one,
but it doesn't mean that the original love stopped.
Okay, so Jeff loves Scotty.
Dude, Scotty, let me talk at you for a second, buddy.
Break real quick.
Okay, you drink your water. I'm gonna talk with Scotty Young, who definitely doesn't watch this show, but if he does, please let me know because that would be great. I am obsessed with your artwork. Highly obsessed with your artwork. I have a standing pull for every cover that you do is to go into my box.
Right.
And here's why, because I'm realizing that what I'm saying is starting to be like, right, if I'm Scotty Young, suddenly I'm going to up my security at my house.
Right, like,
right?
uh-oh.
Yeah.
This guy really loves me.
I definitely wouldn't smell his pencil. I wouldn't do that.
Do people leave their smell on pencils?
I don't know. I just want to say something weird.
Well,
it's his style. Like
yes.
His style is extremely like it's loose,
cartoony.
It's highly cartoony.
Yep.
But like I've watched a couple like times where he's like either streamed or like I forget the name of it now, where you could stream on Twitter. What was that called?
Periscope.
Thank you. Where he's working on I Hate Fairyland. And like he even mentions like he just really keeps everything loose. Like he doesn't really he commits to lines, but not so like he's just like you got to make this one line perfect. He just lets it kind of happen.
Yeah.
And because of that, most of his stuff I've yet to find stuff that I would like consider like frozen. Everything has life. Everything has movement.
Okay.
And I love the cartoony aspect.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the cartoony aspect. Like
yeah.
If you want to get me to read a book. Go with like this cartoony type stuff first because I love it.
There you go.
But yeah, so I'm obsessed with Scotty Young's work, and
yeah,
my wife refuses to let me purchase anything he draws because it's always over hundreds of dollars, and it's worth it. I would seriously spend thousands of dollars on his artwork. But.
Don't you also have like a standing deal with your wife that as soon as she won't divorce you if you buy one of those,
I will buy one the next day? Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's not going away.
Waiting.
So,
oh man,
she loves Scotty Young. See, that's the thing.
Come on.
She loves Scotty Young's artwork as well. Frick, I gotta stop looking at him. Every time I look at him, he's doing something weird and dumb. I can't. Who drinks water like that? Who
drinks water out of a square mug, though?
Shut up.
What?
Look, that mug was in episode 1. It's not been around since. And I love my Doctor Who TARDIS mug that I drink like a tea kettle.
Yes. It looks obnoxious and
it's not
terrible.
It's not. It was not obnoxious.
It's not the kind of drinking experience that I would ever choose for myself.
Whatever. I'll give you something to drink out of.
You did.
Wait. No. Oh, yeah. I did. I was like, wait a second. That. My mind went with something else.
It was dirty. Oops.
Okay, so I hate Fairyland.
Yeah, and so Scotty Young, I know of your growing passion.
Thank you. Thank you for not cutting my love off.
Yes, for Scotty Young. But I didn't really know of him because he did the Marvel variant covers. Like he
did tons of Marvel variant covers, and then recently in the last year he did Little Avengers versus X-Men.
Okay.
And then he also did the first few issues of Rocket Raccoon.
Okay.
Which was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, those are so great. The guy, I'm so sorry that I can't remember who took that over, but the guy who took it over did such a great job.
Good.
Like, can you imagine? Like, okay, let's just go with another like famous artist, Jim Lee. Okay, which we love Jim Lee. Okay, there's so much love for Jim Lee. Can you imagine being on, let's say, Batman? Because Jim Lee's done many a Batman.
Yep.
So you're on Batman, and Jim Lee's doing his thing with the pencils and the inks on Batman.
Frick.
And then all of a sudden, somebody comes to you and is like, okay, so you're taking over Batman. And then you look, and it's like, oh, cool, I'm taking over after Jim Lee.
Nah.
Like, there's... I'm sure that whoever would do that was great. Like they're in Marvel and they're on DC and
Right.
they're taking over Batman, so they
Right.
got to be like.
They got to be good.
But like you're following
A legend.
Yeah,
And
it's like any band that would like come on after like Metallica or something. Like you're just not like
no.
you have to end with that, and then.
Yep.
But I say all that said, the guy who took over Rocket Raccoon
There you go.
was phenomenal.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I wish I could remember the name. It's been a while since that book was going. So
Right. So you've got this huge.
I have a huge love
and passion
Yep.
for
Yep.
for Scotty Young.
for Scotty Young.
And I was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You told me about this story that
Yep.
like his own story. He's finally doing
His own thing.
story.
Yes.
And the premise, I like sold. I like because
What's-
of your recommendation.
What's the premise?
So I hate Fairyland. There is a 7-year-old girl.
Yes.
Her name is Gertrude.
Gertrude.
And I don't know if she like made a wish. I think she made a wish.
Let me
And-
look.
It's fine. Whether she made a wish or not, she was whisked away
Whisked.
to Fairyland, this magical world of, candy and sparkles. And
Think of like if you ever played the game Candyland. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's that.
plus some Wizard of Oz, plus some
Yeah.
anything else like that.
Yeah. So there's like dragons and then like cloud people.
Oh, like the
And then
moon is an actual like dude, like face,
yeah,
like
that talks
guy.
to you. There's
Yeah.
trees that have like wisdom and fairies and
Wisdom
yeah,
trees.
it's like it's anyways. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. And so now she gets to go on a magical adventure
So great.
to find her way home.
Every child's dream.
Every child's dream of going on an adventure in Fairyland. You got to go find the key. Once you find the key, bring it back to like the kingdom capital where Queen Claudia is.
Queen Cloud.
Yeah, and then you get to go home, and it's just like a fun little.
Yep. And then you get to go
stint.
muffin fluffin' home.
Oh man, if only she made it home. Because Jeff, she didn't make it home, did she?
No. In fact, she didn't make it home. Hasn't made it home for 40 plus years.
I think it's a little. I think it's more 30.
Is it 30? I thought it was 40.
She's pushing 40.
Okay.
You
I
know?
thought it was 40.
Okay.
I will stand corrected. So she has lived in Fairyland amongst just annoyingly happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if
Mushroom
you like
people.
lived in like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and you had to hear the Oompa Loompas singing constantly.
Right.
Like, or just
Your diet consists of sugar.
constantly.
Yeah.
You drink like chocolate sauce and
Right.
like it rains gumdrops and everybody's happy and it's all good all the time. And I think it's funny that we're like describing this and then even I am like, I would lose it.
That doesn't sound that bad.
Right, but it doesn't sound like how jaded are we that we're like, I'd get sick of all that happiness.
Yeah.
I need some misery in my life. That's why I see a therapist. Whoops. So
Is his name Scotty Young?
I don't just that's seriously like part of my I need comics in my life so bad. But yeah, so she's surrounded all by all that for 30 years. But imagine not being able to go home for 30 years.
So she is essentially a 37-year-old woman
7-year-old.
trapped in a 7-year-old's body.
She's a 37-year-old 7-year-old.
Right. And she, guess what? Hates Fairyland.
She snaps.
She's lost it. She has been snapped.
I don't know if you guys can see very well, but that's an axe over there covered in blood.
Right.
And then all this like
Magical creatures
stuff
and
back here,
yeah.
it's all slaughtered creatures.
dead.
Gertrude loses her mind, and she hates Fairyland.
And she's got this little Jiminy Cricket companion guy
gosh.
named Larry.
Larry is my favorite.
Because he was assigned to her 30 years ago, so he is just as sick of her as she is of
But-
this world.
And
But
Larry was originally
Right.
the happy, like, oh, I'm going to go on an adventure with Gertrude, and we're going to find the key and send you home. And then by the time we pick it up, he's like, I don't give a crap. Go slaughter stuff, Gertrude. Like, he's
Epic.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I'm like trying to not talk because I know
We don't-
once this engine starts going,
okay.
yeah, it's not gonna.
About what? Like you don't want to
About
give it too
this.
much away, right?
No, I'm gonna lose it if I start talking about this book. This is if I'm creating a top 3 list for the year, this is number 1. I'm not even gonna lie. This is my favorite book so far this year.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, hands down.
Yeah.
Art, story, everything.
Oh,
it's
man.
my favorite book. Gertrude is just I love her to
Yeah.
death.
And it's so good the way that Scotty Young intros and outros the book with little paragraphs.
Yes.
And there's a little fourth wall breaking. Like
A lot of fourth wall breaking.
Right. And it's so funny. It's so funny.
Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
so funny.
How funny is it?
The most.
Of all the things you could have said,
I don't know.
you went with the when water attacks.
Wow! How did I do that?
I think you
jumped straight
I
up.
think you created a wave.
Yeah.
And then it plash. And then
it-
bah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ocean of emotions pouring out of my cup right now.
Okay, so you read Fairyland number 1, and you're like, okay. So you know what I just said? Forget that. I'm
Right.
gonna go in a different direction.
Okay, so you read Fairyland number 1.
Nope, you don't read Fairyland number 1.
Oh, you don't? Why would you not? It doesn't
Well,
matter.
you would.
You say what you're
Everyone should. Guys, this has been the most nonsense we've had, and I just want everyone to know who's watching this. It's only gonna get worse from here. Like, we aren't next episode. We aren't gonna be like, hello with our little bow ties and be like, let's talk about comic books.
What if I wear a bow tie?
Go for it. I don't care.
Oh, fine.
You wear a bow tie. I'll wear my fez.
So
I have a fez and love it. It's a Phoenix fez from Fezorama. Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Who would you recommend this book to?
ooh.
What genre are you calling this? What
Oh,
what
yeah,
type
yeah.
of person are you gonna put, like, because that's the point of this, right?
Right.
So what
We
type
had-
of person?
We had
so
the sci-fi.
Sci-fi with Joyride.
Joyride. We had
Superhero?
superhero with Huck.
Yep. What are we
Gosh.
putting this as?
Straight up comedy?
Okay.
I think that might be because.
Oh wait, I can do it.
Oh,
Let me-
yeah, that was mine. What's yours?
You want this guy back?
Yeah.
So Spencer,
Oh, jeez.
I've been reading Marvel
Why do I hang out with you?
for quite some time. And, I'm just really tired of the whole superhero thing. So, could you recommend me a book that is just completely different but fun than every other thing that I'm reading? Could you do that? I'm having so much fun. That's why I would throw this book. Like, if somebody just wants
Fun.
fun.
That
If you want fun that isn't like superhero cliche, that's not like let's back this train up for a second.
Okay.
This is not a cutesy book.
No.
I was about to say that's not dark, but make no mistake. What, you okay there, buddy?
It's rated M. I just checked.
Yeah. This book is dark
It is.
and murdery.
yeah.
So, like,
Pretty murdery.
yeah. So if you're familiar with Rocket the Raccoon, who loves to just kill things, imagine if, like, in like a Scooby-Doo-esque moment, he like unzips the raccoon costume. Gert's gonna pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with an axe, and she's gonna murder everybody who saw it.
Right.
Yeah, she is on a murder spree rampage.
She wants out of Fairyland so hard, she will literally go through you to get
Yeah,
there.
like in the opening sequence, she flips the switch on
Yeah.
like a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
And murders the moon and stars.
It's okay. So if you look up any preview
Yeah.
online, you'll see the
Yeah.
first couple pages is a moon, and he's like narrating the story, telling us about
Yeah,
Gert,
like,
telling about what
it's
happened.
like the typical Fairyland stuff. Like once upon a time there was a girl. Hey, that guy showed up again. Once upon. I love whoever this guy is.
yeah, you do.
He's gonna make a reappearance for sure. Sorry.
Yeah, somebody needs to come up with a
Do
name.
you want some more water?
Not yet.
Okay. So yeah, the moon's like narrating like the whole once upon a time there was a little girl and she was brought to Fairyland
And then she
to
like
go on an adventure.
right.
And then it cuts to her, and because she's a little girl, she doesn't swear. And I think she doesn't swear because he tried to keep like some like
innocence,
to her.
right?
But then she like turns innocent things.
Yeah,
Like we said her like muffin fluffing.
right.
Instead of mother
Muffin-
effer,
muffin
she tells
fluffer.
people like, go fluff yourself.
right.
Yeah. So go fluff yourself in your like candy cave or whatever. Like, yeah, she just
something like that.
she always has like these types of
It's great.
Yeah, it's so great. And so, yeah, as the moon's telling that story, she was like,
Hey.
if you don't muff and fluff and shut up. And the moon's like, calm down, Gert. I'm trying to. And then she just winds up on a Gatling gun.
Like a cannon Gatling gun. That's
Yeah.
its cannonball.
Yeah. And just mows down the sky.
Yeah, the stars.
Stars, they're screaming. Like there's blood everywhere. Star bits are like, and like.
Star bits.
I'm going to turn this around because there's actual star on the back. If you can see it. Like, so
dead.
that's a star. Oh, there's lights. That's over here. That's a bit of star and bone and stuff hanging out.
Stars have bones.
Yeah, so like she murders out and it's great because then it cuts to Claudia being like, and so Claudia,
Yeah, the queen of fairyland.
yeah, how would you describe her?
Oh, I almost swore.
No, hold on. Imagine you don't know Claudia. So Claudia in issue 1.
If I don't know Claudia,
Yeah. So like, what's because we know what she ends up kind of like being like. Her character evolves as she gets tired of Gert, but initially, how would you like?
Sugar Queen.
Yeah, like
You
super,
know.
like like chipper, like
Super sweet, like
I'm trying to think of like a character.
over the top, like smiley, like oh,
Like the good witch from Oz.
Oh yeah.
Is that a good?
No, isn't she's like the witch of the north or something?
Whatever.
right?
Like, oh.
the bubble.
Yeah.
She comes in the bubble and
It's
she's
like, oh, everything's so good, blah, blah, blah. You're going to go on an adventure, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then Gert really brings it out of her later.
Oh yeah, it's great.
But.
Yeah, it's great.
So Claudia's off talking to her people
Right.
over in whatever that, like
Province.
the central city of
Yeah.
Fairyland.
Capital.
And next thing you know, like a dead star bit it just comes crashing to the ground and blood.
And then
And the best part is it's not like, and this is what I liked about Scotty Young storytelling. He doesn't like set it up to like where Claudia's like, oh, what's going on? As soon as she sees the dead star, she's like, Gert. Like this has been going on for a while. And just a real quick, that is brilliant storytelling.
Yeah.
Because in that one moment, you've managed to fast forward a crap ton of time where you're like, she gets trapped. Now we see her murdering. And then by that queen already knowing it's who's doing it, this has been happening for a while.
It's calm.
And it fills in a ton of like gaps.
Yep.
So it lets him just get right to the good stuff. And boy, does he get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold back because I want
Right.
to talk more about this book, but
But I feel like that's a really good introduction into what I Hate Fairyland is, what it's
Yes.
about, and why we love it so much.
yes. The first story arc, first 5 issues are in a trade.
Yep, you can get it now.
You can get a trade right now.
Isn't Trade 2 coming out?
In December.
Woo!
I think December 15th, if I want to.
If you want to throw
somewhere
a
in
date out there?
I-
Sure.
My brain's attaching December 15th for some reason.
Okay.
And that's going to cover the next story arc. And then he said he's already in the works for the next one. We're going to have to wait a little bit.
Right.
I think he said March. Don't quote me on that.
Man, that's
but
just fine, though.
yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like I can't even, there's dragons. There's just,
Yeah.
it is the most entertained I've ever been watching a young girl murder things that really are just innocent.
Oh, I just thought of a really funny thing. So, I think it's in issue 2.
Okay.
There's mushroom people, and she kills the mushroom people by eating them, and then she gets high because they're mushrooms, and she ate mushrooms.
She gets high on shrooms.
And Larry has to it's
That's-
man,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
You know what's? I was just saying her thing. I'm like, okay, so why do I love this book so much? It's Scotty Young, so I'm already like predisposed to read it. But he takes like you're gonna need some more water. Than buddy.
Out of water.
Got it.
Oh, good. All right, I'm gonna not drink any until later. I'm better. I'm good now. I'm ready.
Dude, you're gonna blow out later.
I can't
That's
wait.
so much water.
There's so much pressure already.
Okay, but his concept I want to say is somewhat simple. Like it's kind of like a Shrekian world, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of I want to say it's been done, but there's aspects there of like the fantasy world.
Yeah.
But he's clever in how he uses all those things. He uses them in like who would have ever thought about mushroom people making you high? You know what I mean? Or like just the different aspects of like I would have never thought of like murdering stars as a thing.
Right.
And then like there's an introduction of a witch that you know, and just a transformation of what happens in Fairyland because she's just like it's extremely clever. That's I guess that's where I'm going. Is like he takes a simple idea and just makes it extremely clever because like the character development is great, the world building is phenomenal, and then you have his art that I'm just love so very much. But I honestly like this is my first introduction. Really, like I knew he was writing Rocket Raccoon,
right?
Which I was shocked. Like I had never read things that he was like specifically writing.
Right.
And just as a creator, I was like, dude, I love his art, and this guy's a freaking killer writer.
Yeah.
So just seeing this, I'm like it's not fair. It's not fair that someone in this world can draw like this, who can, and then then write.
Yeah.
Frick, that's not.
Man, Scotty.
Whatever. I was gonna say something, but I can't.
Gosh, we love you so much.
It's not fair. You can't be talented in everything.
You know, but it's so funny because now I'm thinking of like Greg Capullo, and like how many people like when people try to trash the art and artist of Greg Capullo, he just is. I love it. If you don't follow.
Dude,
Greg
he
Capullo
is
on
so
Twitter,
entertaining on Twitter.
You need to follow Greg Capullo on Twitter.
Because, first of all, that man does not care. He is him first.
Right.
And then other things second.
Right. And so, like, and he'll always be like...
highly respect that.
Right. But Greg Capullo is like, yeah, but I draw every day. I practice. If you want to get this good,
the best thing I've ever seen, like, and it was maybe a year and a half ago he said it. And it stuck with me because of, like, how powerful it was. Where he was talking and somebody was like, dude, how are you such a good artist?
Right.
And his response was like, it was like a couple different tweets because he wanted to get it all out.
Yeah.
It was, when you go out on a Friday night drinking, I stayed home and drew hands.
Yeah.
When you wanted to go watch a movie, I stayed home and drew faces.
Yeah.
When you wanted to go do that fun thing with your friends, I stayed home and learned how to draw buildings and landscapes and how hands work and how feathers look when they're falling. And he was like, so all that time where you spent having fun, I put pencil to paper and learned and got better.
Right.
And I was like, dude, like and that
Bro.
was so inspiring because it wasn't like he was saying I'm talented.
Right.
What he said was, I worked hard.
He worked for it.
And that was just, I already respect the guy as an artist because I've been
yeah.
following Capullo's work since like he took over Spawn all those years ago.
Oh, yeah.
He did like a Spawn run.
Batman was for me.
And it was just like when he said that, I was like, I already loved like your work and like respected what you do as an artist. But to see like him just straight out be like, you want something? Work for it.
He doesn't give any hucks.
Dude, he gives zero hucks.
But I see that same sort of thing, maybe a little less obnoxious, with Scotty Young.
For sure.
Like Scotty Young, he has a daily sketch every day. Like every day. That's
how he works. Every day. He warms up.
And he's also entertaining on Twitter. Like,
but he's also I think we've said this, maybe not, but he's also put in the time. Like he didn't go out and say like, when you were out drinking, I was drawing.
Yeah.
But like he's clearly done the work, and like the nice thing about Fairyland is we're benefiting from the fact that like he established a career and he worked hard. He hit deadlines and he did his thing to where he made himself known in a business that everybody wants to be known in. So he managed to stand out, and then he went on to do things like this. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
it's
well
great.
done.
Yeah. So my opinion, this goes in the hands of somebody who wants something like, I've never read comics and I'm not interested in superheroes. I don't care about adventures, but I'm looking for something that's not kiddie, but totally different.
Yeah.
Boy, do I have a book for you.
Oh, man. If you're ever that specific about what you need to read, this is the one.
I hate him.